My name is David Cox, lead meteorologist here at the National Weather Service. It's a weekly weather briefing for NWS Jackson forecast area, Thursday, January 30th, 2025. The important updates for this briefing are severe storms are possible this evening with impacts of damaging wind gusts and tornadoes. We're also going to go over the gusty gradient winds this afternoon to evening. There will be some quick heavy downpours we'll go over the rainfall totals, the expected amounts, and the reasonable worst case scenario, and then dry, quiet conditions in the wake. So this morning there are some clouds building into the area. Right now some of this could limit some destabilization into the afternoon, but we do have some thunderstorms off to the west in the Arklatex that will progress to the east through the day into our area later today. So the current radar across the area, we do have a few showers locally that will stay. There will be some potential through the afternoon with more widespread to moderate rain showers and some heavy totals with heavier rates off to the west. This will begin to grow upscale into the afternoon. We'll go over kind of the scenario of that. So the graphic this morning, we did make one slight adjustment to pull the marginal a little bit further east into the Golden Triangle area. Some of the northern extent, as you can tell from really kind of from the Winsboro, Bastrop, Yazoo City up towards Eupora, kind of in that corridor, could be some areas that there is a line of storms that will move in that could propagate a little bit further east and have a little more potential. So the timing right now is early evening into tonight with the impacts of damaging wind gusts and tornadoes possible. Further to the west along the Mississippi River is generally moving in around 6, 7 o'clock through about 9 to 10 o'clock along the river, and then further east persisting through probably at least midnight and some potential that could persist a little bit after midnight, a little bit to the east of 55, and especially to the north in Highway 82. So here's an example of some simulated radar output. There could be, as mentioned before, there may be some showers through the afternoon, but things will start to grow a little more intense into the afternoon and evening hours off to the west in the Arklatex and moving in to the area along Interstate 55 just before midnight. So as it moves in, there could be some severe moving in. We are expecting strong winds today. There could be some sustained winds up to 25, gusts up to 40 possible. Definitely could rule out some potential that we could have some gusts in excess of 40 briefly. But for right now, we're just going to maintain this limited risk. And currently, no wind advisories out across the region. So in terms of timing of the storms, as you can tell, there could be rain chances moving in later this afternoon. I know it's, like I said, there's not a lot of instability, so some of this there could be some storms, but even some severe, even without a lot of thunder. So that's kind of what we'll have to watch. I mean, you can get systems that there are tornadoes that are really underground. That moves in and moves out, and pretty quiet the rest of the, at least through the mid portions of the week. So the rain chances are peaking later this afternoon and evening, and quiet through the rest of the week. So as mentioned before, those probabilities really peak later this afternoon to evening and drop off into the evening hours. So here's the expected rainfall totals, really only around a ½ inch to maybe 1.5 inches or so, highest along the Mississippi River and into Highway 82 corridor. The reasonable worst case scenario could be in excess of 2 inches northwest of the Trace and into Highway 82 corridor, especially where convection might be a little more vigorous at times. So temperature forecast through the week, it's not really a huge drop off, but we will become a little more seasonal and warming back up into next week. here's a little more details on the temperatures dropping eventually into the 40s into this weekend and climbing back up highs back into 70s later in the week.